Hi everyone, it's Sylvia from wigstoppers.com, and I just wanted to show you how I blow dried this non-heat friendly synthetic wig into like a nice blowout. Okay, so I looked online. There wasn't much that would give it a good blow dry. Everyone was using steam, and yeah, I want to use steam too, but I don't want it to be super flat. So it did take some time. It took me about 3 hours total, cut into 2 days. So last night I blow dried it. Didn't really blow dry with a blow dryer, but when I say blow dry, I mean steam. So I steamed it with the that metal brush there on that table. You'll see, I'll pick it up in a second. So yeah, my client just wants it to be kind of curled under. Believe it or not, this was the January wig, John Renault. So it had just some nice beachy waves, but when my client received it, it wasn't like the one that we tried on. So it was a little bit different. So she says, how about we straighten it out? I said, all right, let's do it. So here I sectioned off a whole bunch of hair, starting kind of at the bottom. The hair at the very, very bottom is pretty good from last night, but this one here, it just needs a little more of a touch up. So I just grabbed the brush, and I have my little steamer there. You can use a clothing steamer as well. And I just kind of gently do this here. Now, this is real time. I sped up most of the other video, but here's real time, so you can see how long it actually takes for each piece. And then I have another brush that I put over top just to make sure that it's staying down. I'm going to give it a little bit of a bend. So here, I'm gonna let it sit like that, like just kind of out, so it has a little bend, and I want it to dry like that. So we're not using any dry heat on it at all. We're still steaming it, but I'm just steaming it on the round brush. So this is the biggest thing. I was a little hesitant to do it with the round brush because I wasn't sure if the metal was going to get too hot, but I tried it on a separate piece that I had, and it worked out just fine. So all right, so here on the sides, we're going to go another one. Just kind of more towards the face. My client likes kind of it all around her face. So here's another one. Just go slow, back and forth. Now the steam is going to make the piece wet, so you want to let that dry. You want to let it dry at least for an hour. Overnight is best. Again with that little brush. That's an idea I came up with. It just came to me. But it just made sense to put another brush over top and kind of hold it where I want it to go. And there I just kind of pushed it up a bit. Being really careful not to disturb those pieces. Now I'm going to go to the side. So I think here I kind of make it go a little bit faster. I hope so. There we go. Yeah, so it's pretty much the same thing all across the bottom, but like I said, I did it in 2 steps. I tried the day my client was over, I tried to just do it with the comb the way that I was taught before, and it did not work, and it needed time to dry. This was the biggest thing. Like, I'm sure I can do it with just the comb as well, and then just kind of push it up a little and let it dry in the spot I want. That would be fine, but I needed something better. There you can see there was a little piece sticking up. I think it's going to be much better this way for my client. So now she'll have one wavy piece and one straight piece. She got 2 Januaries, and then this one was just a little off. Sometimes that happens, like the company will try to make them all exactly the same, of course, but sometimes I don't know, some of the fibers are different, or maybe the curl is a little bit different. So here I'm just working up on the top. And yeah, just like when you're blow drying your own hair, I wanted to keep that volume on the top. So there is just a tiny bit of like that permatease at the back, like nothing serious, but enough just to hide the tracks. So I wanted to keep that intact. And here just doing my little technique, trying to keep my hands out of the way. I'm sitting outside, it's so nice. I was gonna do a live on this, but I don't know, I didn't feel like it. I missed Grumpy Pants today, so this is better. And I thought, like, you know, uploading it to YouTube would be good, because I didn't see many of this kind of video. Actually, I didn't see any of this kind of video. Straightens out pretty darn nice. No damage on the fibers at all. I have a John Renault steamer, but I feel like I might want to get like a clothing steamer and use that sometimes. I think that would work out well. Just gotta be careful where you're putting the heat. Doesn't need that much work, but I did a lot of it last night. And then this is gonna stay. So that curl, the January curl that was there, it's not coming back. This steam works like a perm for synthetic hair. So whatever curl or kink or something you put in there, it's gonna stay. You have to be really careful, like how you put any rollers in, or how you hold the hair, especially at the root. This takes so much time. All right, so I know it's kind of lopsided. Some of the hairs are in certain areas. I don't want them to be, but I want them to dry. But I think it'll be good. So here, I'm just noticing it's a little bit thick, kind of on the bang area. So I think all the hairs are kind of going more forward. So I'm gonna steam those back. I'll tilt her head back in a second, kind of steam it. Right here where my hand is, it's gonna go more forward, and I want it to go back, so I'll just kind of adjust my camera. And so this part, I'm gonna go closer to the root and just steam it more back, so right at the root, and that's it. And then I'll just place it back. Having the head tilted back would be better, but I wanted to show you. And that's it. Done like dinner.